202 songs.
Okay. The song that really gets me hyped is well, it's a couple. I mean, you called and told me that you wanted to leave. Jeff Red, you remember that
No.
What?
I'm kidding.
one? Chub Rock, treat 'em right.
Yes, everyone knows treat me right. Yes, remember that from the
Yeah.
Chester.
Wait, Kala was about to break out in the song too.
Oh,
Here we go.
I was that breaking out to any song. I was saying Ice Ice Baby.
Hey yo, if Vegeta was here, he would have broke out in song.
Yeah, as you saw, he just did with he has a lovely bunch of Dragon Balls.
Yeah. I got a lovely bunch of Dragon Balls. Okay, so then you tell me, Mr. SSJ, what is the best song of the 90s?
It's Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep. Only the first verse. Nah, second verse is alright too. I'm just messing around. But that's that whole song, that beat, everything is hypnotic. That's the best hip hop song.
Wait, what year was Crossover from EPMD?
That's like 91, 92.
Okay, so it's the 90s. Good. Then yeah, that's my jam.
I thought you would have picked Scenario over Crossover.
Oh yeah, because I sing Scenario a lot. But Crossover came out before Scenario, didn't it?
I think so.
Who's
92.
Scenario?
Crossover came out in 92.
Because Crossover, when Crossover came out, I think wasn't Busta
Oh
Rhymes
shit,
still in
Scenario
Leaders
came
of
out
the
in
New School?
91. Scenario came out earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, did Busta first start in Leaders of the New School and then went to thing,
Yeah.
or was it the other way around? I can't
Went
remember.
to what?
To Tribe Called Quest.
Busta was never in Tribe Called Quest. He was in Leaders of the New School, but them all together with Del Funky Homo Sapien, they had a clique. Their clique had a name. What the hell was the name of their clique? De La Soul was in their clique as well. I forgot what it's called.
Was Moni
But-
Love in there with him too?
I don't know about that. But like all those groups had a name.
Watch as I combine all the juice from the mind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back home, rewind. Powerful impact, boom from the cannon. I'm bragging, try to read my mind, just imagine. Vocabulary's necessary when digging into my library. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh, Native Tongues.
Say again?
They were called Native Tongues.
Native.
Is that why they had that why Busta sang with them?
Yeah, when they brought Scenario was just the two of them, Leaders of the New and Tribe, but they all like performed together. De La Soul and stuff like that.
All over the track, man.
Pardon me
as I come
back. Yeah. Yeah, that song's still fire today.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised you didn't attribute Humpty to me.
Yes, but that's
The Humpty Dance?
yeah.
Because like, so as a joke, I did we were recording a mixtape, and I started to do the Humpty Dance, and like I did in a voice that sounded just like Humpty. And so we used to go around the place saying, people, yeah, we were hanging out with Shock G, man. He's cool. Yeah, we were chilling with him. Here, look, you can hear him recording on this. There you go, listen to that. People were like, whoa! How many people did we fool with that?
What?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that people on the island that see this video are gonna be like, those lying bastards.
Jay, what was your hip hop song from the 90s?
Did I have a hip hop song from the 90s? I didn't tell you about my isolated 90s days. I had to watch the VH1 special to know what happened in the 90s because I was stuck. I was stuck as the person who liked rock, who discovered rock in the 90s. So my
You
perfect
discovered rock in the 90s? I hope rock was around longer than that.
No, it was there. It was there. It was there. But my favorite 90s song from back in the day, I would have to say Jump Around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say.
I forgot all of that happened in the 90s.
There was a lot of little fusion stuff that happened in the 90s.
Dude, there were a lot of really, really hot
That was a jam.
tunes in the 90s. Like, we need to go back to the 90s. Hey, Kyle, when is the 90s mix coming out? Link in the description.
I have a couple of them already out, but
link in the description.
You don't have them out until you put them in the description.
I'll put a 90s hip hop mix link in the description.
I know this is not hip hop, but did Buccaneer come out in the 90s?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you know my
Maestro.
You have to explain to people who Buccaneer was, because you can see from the American that he's like, who the hell is Buccaneer?
Buccaneer was a Jamaican dancehall artist, but he was also a producer. And his specialty was that he was classically trained. So his music, all of his music had like an operatic sound to it. Yeah. But he's classically musically trained. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You're trying to tell me that you haven't heard Buccaneer? Oh, we need to fix that. That needs to be repaired immediately.
Only people in the Caribbean know Buccaneer.
Because, but once upon a time, it was all about Buccaneer. Buccaneer, Beanie, Buju, all of these people was just fire.
And my favorite rock song from the 90s, that's not Nirvana related, is
Vanilla Ice.
All the Small Things. Because remember when they used to have Revenge on the video? Yo, you know what? We got all these boy bands out here. We ain't no boy band. We ain't trying to look pretty for nobody. And then they go into the video pretending to be boy bands with the fan. Oh, that was beautiful, man.
Do you remember some of do you remember what some of the from back in the 90s, some of the battles that he used to have? Who was Vanilla Ice's worst rival?
Everybody.
Yeah, I was like,
who's the guy that says Informer? Who's that guy? Snow? Informer. Yo, I used to love that. Yo, hey, you did back then.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite like some things that about that song just used to just annoy me, because we used to hear it every day on the radio, every single day. After a while, it's kind of like, oh my God, that's enough. No more boom licking, please. That's
you hear it. You hear it so much that you don't even have to like it. You just start singing it all of a sudden, like, oh, I know.
The whole song just became embedded in your brain. You can't help but to know every single word of the song. It was just crazy. You know what other song they used to play all the time? I'm here talking about how they used to play it so often that you can't forget, and then I forgot it.
That's how it goes nowadays, man.
When you need to remember it, you can't remember it. But when you're out, you're taking a shower and all of a sudden you find yourself singing it, you're like, what the hell am I singing that song? Yeah.
They played Maxi Priest a lot.
Oh,
Maxi Priest.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I just wanna be close to you.
That's on the mix.
To be clear, I still play Maxi Priest. Yeah, see, he's classic though. He's classic. You can listen to him. You can be 104 years old and listen to him. You'll just be like, "That's my jam." Like I feel like Maxi is timeless. I'm not sure if Snow is going to be timeless.
Yeah,
Somebody's
not
gonna
compared to
play.
Maxi Priest.
Somebody's gonna play.
Snow
Say
is
again?
still played. Don't get me wrong. Snow is still around actually, but
But when but
Wait,
when
he
you
still
watch
makes music?
by
yeah.
Jim Carrey, that just watch the spoof by Jim Carrey and it'll just explain everything all about you need to know about the stuff.
You know what I find really funny? All the videos from Caribbean music, the topic is always Mondegreen.
It's
Every
always
time,
what? Mondegreen?
yeah.
What's
When
Mondegreen?
you misinterpret what they're saying
Oh,
in the song.
mhm.
Oh,
That's
using advanced
that's
words again.
that's like fish hat.
That's the
I'm gonna
word. It's not an
start calling,
advanced word. It's the
I'm gonna
word.
start calling you Milchek from Severance using advanced words. I don't go on soliloquies out here, man.
Mhm.
I don't do that. I don't do
Wait,
that.
what do you mean you don't go on soliloquies?
I don't go on
Half the times
soliloquies.
when the glasses come off, I think
No,
you're in
when
a
the glasses come
soliloquy.
off, it's straight '90s rage, man. They ain't no Academy Award over here. It's straight shooting. It's straight shooting. It's straight shooting. Straight shooting. Straight shooting. I was
I did not mean to make the glasses come off.
no, but say
I
that
did
the
not
Monty
mean
Nick.
it.
Say that word again. I need to learn it.
Mondegreen.
I need to put it in my lexicon. You see how many words I'm using, man?
Mondegreen.
Yo, I'm like one of these rappers, the good ones. You know, the one that could go Lisa, Bonet, and then all that. Yeah, like the great guy that started in the '90s too. We got to mention Eminem. I got no hate against him. When he said
I
orange
feel
is the only word he couldn't rhyme, and I was
Mm.
like, what? I could probably do that. No, I couldn't.
Did he come out '99?
Yeah, he came out '99.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
So that's why we could
Sorry.
inherit.
I need some glasses I can take off too. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's do this.
Why you
You're not the only one that got some glasses. Don't make me take these off.
Now you look like the person that's on the beach in the tourist section with all the
Yes.
necklaces. Yo, he's like, yo, you want a necklace? You know how big my neck is? It's like a size 20, and this guy's giving me a size 13. Yo, it could fit.
It's like you want a necklace? It's like necklace, bitch. That a toe ring.
Necklace, like yo, that no. But the '90s was great. The '90s, I think, was like the reason why we have all this fusion stuff.
Yes.
Because there was so many things you used to listen to, different genres. I came from the genre of Refuse that they didn't listen to no rock. And then all of a sudden now I see everybody. I see Professor 318. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I would love to meet you. You know who I'm talking about. You listening to the rock and roll all the time. I appreciate you. I remember when I was the only kid, I thought I listened to rock. You listen to rock? Yeah, I used to love them guitars, man. Grunge, I used to love it. Think about it. People that walked around and didn't care what they wore, like didn't at all. Like I'm saying, oh, this guy got a ripped shirt, and he's walking in the public like that. Can you imagine your parents? Wait, especially if you're on the twin height when you're on the Caribbean. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? It's not even yard clothes. And these grunge people's like, I don't care what we wearing. They Nirvana, look at them. Whew. Man.
I'm just up the road from one of the places where Nirvana used to perform, right?
Yeah, you're in the or you were up the road.
Yep. But here's a question. What about music from the 80s? Can you name a dance hall song from the 80s?
It doesn't have to be dance hall.
Besides,
from the 80s.
okay, that's true. Name a song from the 80s, but it can't be Murderer.
Murder.
Because that song became so popular in the 80s that like almost every dance hall song played that as like a sample for a while. Like every song we used to be like, sorry, murderer.
A song from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not going to, you know me, I'm always going to mix up the genres because I'm not an aficionado of the music.
I thought Kal-El would jump on this immediately, considering which rhythm.
I would go UB40 Red Red Wine.
Yep.
UB40.
Yeah, that's a good
Very,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm the whole thing is I don't want to jump on any of the genre bandwagons and stuff like that. From the 80s, I would go with Shabba most likely from dancehall.
Mm.
Anything
Oh,
from
good
Shabba,
one.
Trill
See,
Alone,
but I thought you would
Mr.
start
Ugly
off.
Man.
I thought you have gone with the original song that your favorite rhythm was named after.
So so there's so ah, so the most famous song that came out that you're talking about is was probably Sister Nancy's Bam Bam,
Uh-huh.
but that was on the Stalag rhythm. The Bam Bam
Mm.
rhythm was named after that song,
I
but
did
it
tell you
yeah
the song that your favorite rhythm was named after. I did
yeah
not say your favorite rhythm because
but
your
yeah
favorite rhythm came out in.
in the 90s, yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, but Sister Nancy Bam because that they still talk about that to
This
this
here
day.
man
They still play that. There's still
don't
remixing
trouble
them.
no one.
Jay-Z is on that
But if you
song.
trouble this
That's to
man,
tell you how
it
much people
will
remake
bring
that.
a bam
That looks
bam.
so weird. Your shoulders moving and the
What a
glasses
bam
moving.
bam. What a
Yeah.
bam bam bam
Oh,
bam
okay.
Yeah.
bam
Ba-da-dum,
bam bam.
bum. Look like it was like on the.
What a
That's what it
bum
looked like.
bum. I
It
can do
was-
this all day.
Did you like New Edition? Did
New
you?
edition.
Twin, did you like New Edition?
What?
Did you love New Edition?
I
What?
have a tattoo on my back.
What?
Oh,
Of what? Of who?
whoa!
It says New Edition fan for life, and it's got the lettering in the album, the first album. Don't play with me, son.
You know who
So
you
we gotta
talking to,
call-
boy?
So we got to call the telephone man.
Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my life. When I call my baby's number, I get a clean return. That's
Man.
because his baby just paid off the operator. Tell this man, leave me alone. He
You
won't
know what?
stop.
I was telling SS like y'all's last cat podcast last week when y'all talking about nostalgia and stuff like that. I was saying that nostalgia for me was like staying up and watching the Jerry Lewis telethon and staying up and waiting for New Edition to perform.
You said Jerry Lewis?
No,
Yes.
no, no, girl, you gotta cool it now. Ooh, watch out.
And Michael Bivins, I love him so
Ah.
much. I love me some Michael Bivins. Yes.
Well, see, that's what I like about New Edition because my wife is a big New Edition fan.
Yes.
You know, she got up in there doing the running man when I do the still man. She just do run, and she started doing the moves, and that's me.
Oh, actually, I got on stage with them. I went and saw them in Cincinnati, and it was BBD, and they was asking people to go up stage, and they was doing Poison, and they was checking like people who did the best dance, and they chose me.
Hold up. You went on stage with them and you didn't start with that?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't. Sorry.
I feel like from the time someone said new Ed, you had to be like, yo,
See, in
you
previous,
ain't gonna believe this.
Previously, when I brought up
That's the black people fairy tale. You ain't gonna believe this.
Video footage. I can back it up.
See, she got footage.
Mhm.
But I previously, in a previous pod, we asked, what position, somewhere, what position did he play? See, now we know New Edition, and she played forward. So you know how she had to knock out some of those guys and make space? You know what I'm saying?
That's how they spotted her.
There was no
she
mosh pit around Twin Heights.
I was in the back and I had somebody, the person that was with me, he pushed me up. And it's like, you, come on. And then they pushed me up on stage. And Ricky Bell grabbed my hand and pulled me up on stage.
See, this is why I wish they had cameras on phones in the 80s, in the 90s. Because we missed this.
I don't know about that. There was a lot of stuff that went on back then.
Put it.
Uh-oh.
Nah, you wouldn't
Uh-oh.
want to do that.
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. I want to hear about this stuff because
I don't
innocent.
know.
Hold on. Let me put my halo back on. My
No, sir.
hold on. Where's my halo? Where's my halo? I lost my halo. Damn it.
It need to be in the memory banks, like the song you couldn't remember that you played all the time, but you can remember. That's the best part about the '80s and the '90s. It's in our memory bank.
See, I'm an angel. I don't know
Mhm.
what happened in the 80s and the 90s.
Mhm.
What happened? Tell me.
I don't know. It's like when you go to Vegas, it stays in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
The
yeah.
'80s and the '90s is a perfect example of that. It stayed right back there.
Exactly. Could you imagine people have phones at Freaknik? What?
Ma'am,
Or
I tip
in
my
Georgia?
hat off to you in French. All right. Wait, hold on. We know you got the new edition, and we know Jay Morte got. Wait, who did Jay Morte have again?
Green Day.
I didn't have Green Day. I had damn, Green Day was a good one too.
Yes.
I
Wait,
had
hold
Blink.
on.
I
I
had
have a
Blink.
question. Cal, did you introduce Mr. Morte to dancehall? Because like
No.
he's talking a lot of things that are I know he's from Jamaica, but like he's intentionally avoiding
Let me
all
tell
the
you. Let me
Jamaican
tell you. Let me tell
artists.
you. Let me tell you.
So wait,
No,
wait,
no.
sorry. The glasses are gonna come off again. Sorry. Please forgive me. I know not what I do.
The only thing I can tell you, I mean, I don't want to be the worst Jamaican because I ain't gonna say I'm a Jamaican because I don't be remembering half these songs.
He's
All
born
I can tell you
Jamaican.
about music is I don't know. I have a barbecue. There's only certain songs that's gonna come on. I don't know what year it is. I could have been 10. I could have been 30. It's the same song. You know, you're gonna have some Bears Hammond. You're gonna have some Bob Marley. So you might have some murder.
Paris.
You might have some Murder She Wrote by Sanchez.
Wait,
Everybody thinks these songs is great. And, oh yeah, you're gonna have some red wine. You know,
wasn't
one
wait,
year,
hold on. Maybe my memory is bad. Wasn't Murder She Wrote by was
Shaka
it
Demus and
Sanchez or
Pliers.
Shakademus and Pliers?
Shaka Demus and Pliers. Sanchez
okay,
sings
Shaka
different
Yeah,
Demus.
song.
it was Pliers. It was
I
Pliers. It
thought
was Pliers,
Sanchez was
yeah.
on that thing. I thought he was on there. Thought he was whispering something. And
He
then what
was.
was that
What
thing,
about
Steve?
the one song? What is it? To Electric.
Electric
I
Slide?
Electric
want to rock
Boogaloo.
down
We're
to
gonna rock
Electric
down to
Avenue. That
Electric
song. What
Avenue.
Down
was
to
that dude's
Electric.
We're
name?
gonna take it higher.
That was a jam.
You know that
We're
song.
gonna
You know that
rock
song.
Yes, of
down
course I
to
know the song.
I don't I'm bad with the band names. I'm bad with that. The last time I remember Electric Avenue,
No.
I saw
Oh
Arnold
no.
Schwarzenegger playing Zeus with some of my and they're like, we're going down to Electric Avenue. It was like a Super Bowl commercial or something.
Mhm. Yeah, that song's still fire, actually. But I think
Yep.
I don't know how what he has connected to the Caribbean. Eddie Grant was his name. I think he is from the Caribbean. I don't remember.
But
But
what
yeah.
about Eddie Grant was one to sing it. But here's a question: who here knows the original version of "Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot"?
I think
Feeling
that's from
hot.
like
I don't
Sparrow
know.
or Arrow or one of those two.
Yeah, from way back in the day, before it got
Nigga
sold
boom boom.
to whoever
Nigga
sings
boom
it
boom boom
now.
boom. Is that the original
No,
one?
no, no, no. Yeah, Larry Rum Bum Bum Bum.
I think it was Sparrow.
I think it was Sparrow, but I can't
It
remember.
was
But
Sparrow.
like,
Yeah, it was Sparrow.
I remember because like we used to be blasting that song way back when, and then all of a sudden I saw a video clip of it. I didn't even know it had a video clip. When you look, it was some American dude. Turns out he sold the song to some
So what the shit? It was actually Arrow.
Arrow. Yeah,
Yes, and Arrow learned from Sparrow, but and then another group called the Merrymen.
yeah,
I don't
Are
know
they talking about who originally sung it?
I
yeah. It
think it
was
was
originally
Arrow
sung
and then the
by
Merrymen.
Arrow,
Yeah, but it's from Arrow.
but who
People
is
music,
like
man. If you
like no
time
one no one knows the original person. Like or like no one in America knows who originally sang that
The
song.
you want to know a weird twist to that?
Mhm.
Salt's mom went to school with Arrow.
Um, well, that makes sense
Mhm.
because he is in some way, is he or him or Sparrow that's in some way distantly related to me?
It might be
And
Arrow.
since you related to me, that means that he's related to you too.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a
Y'all
lot.
related?
It's like distance.
Like distantly related.
Like
Like
this.
you have to remember something. We grew up on an island that's like this big.
Hmm.
Like you could, it's literally this. Like if a pop card flies out of your toaster, it'll sink the island.
Oh,
Um,
snap.
so like we like everyone in that region, and I'm talking about like the islands all around there, are in some way distantly related.
Hmm.
Oh.
Not close enough to say that people are inbred, but like distantly related. Do you
Okay.
have any idea?
Hmm.
Because my family is one of the largest. Like I'm related to the majority of the island I grew up on. Like the largest collection of people, the two largest families on the island were related to me. So I am in some way related to most people. So like most of the time when I dated people, it had to be people that came from off the island.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's just an unfortunate circumstance for me. It's like, hey, you're cute. Who's your parents?
Who's your mama?
Yeah, who's your
Hey,
parents?
and you gotta
Wait,
be a little.
you mean the person who's up here? Dude, listen. If I go back far enough, I'm pretty sure I'm related to everybody on the island. Well,
Dang.
now not
But
anymore because now we have
but
a
but
lot of
but twin,
like foreign
you
people.
gotta
But
have Caribbean Maury. See, Caribbean Maury would
Rick
be
Mori.
would be able to tell you what happened. See, they would
Caribbean
look into the
Maury?
eye and they'd be
he ain't
like
the
this.
father, man.
He ain't the father, man. Let me see his pinky toe. The
He ain't the
baby's toe
father.
and the pinky
Come
toe
on.
match. That's how it
He's
was.
a
Pink, pinky toe. Oh, look. You see how he holding up that lip? You see that lip? You see how the baby holding it? No, the baby got a little drooling. No, he holding up that lip
Wait, you
just like
thought I
your
love the
cousin.
fact that she thought science went into most of the things we did in the Caribbean. She's like, "What do you mean the pinky toe?" You know, yeah, yeah. That's
You see him nose? You see
right.
him nose? Nose shaped like the guy down there. Down where? Down
It's
there.
like, hey, he ain't got Jeff nose. I think it's Jeff Child. That's how you know who your father was.
Yo,
Hey,
that's how
Khalil, whose nose
Mhm.
you got?
Caribbean Maury was great.
What?
Whose nose you got?
Caribbean Maury was great. But and nothing beats the old extra grandma that know everybody,
Yes.
everybody,
Yo,
everybody.
the way how they know everybody, that's still a shock me to this day. Oh no, that one belongs to this one, and this one belongs to that one
Yeah,
over there.
they
And
will
Yeah.
I'm like,
call the whole
I'm like,
family tree.
yeah,
But listen. My grandmother was a archive.
yeah, exactly.
Archive.
She
You
was
hear
a
that pronoun?
archive.
Archive.
This woman used to be like, listen, I come home. If I came home with a girl, she'd be like, wait a minute. That what she be that man? She's your uncle, nephew.
Hmm.
Whoa.
Okay, get out.
And they tell you by the shape, man. Like, I'm not gonna show my stomach now, but they could tell. They go walk in there, they say, "Oh, you're from this line, this line." They know you can't fool me. They know who you
Dude,
are.
listen. Grandparents are the people that see to it that everybody on the island weren't inbred because they know everybody. Everybody. You show up at the door like, no, okay, bye.
And they just they're the few people. See, there's another thing that goes on to them. See, now
Hmm?
everybody got gamer tags, gamer names. In the islands, it's very famous to have a nickname that you think is your name, but it's not your name. But it's your name. But the grandparents know the real name.
Hmm.
You know what
Oh.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hmm.
So you
that
could be
sounds
calling
about right.
somebody Nick all their life. Then you find out their name is Edward. You're like, where did Edward come from?
Where did Nick? Where did Nick come from?
Nick my Christian name.
Yeah, like the government name, you don't know. A matter of fact, I know It's not crazy that sadly when somebody passes away, you gotta put the nickname plus the real name, or else that person might not.
Otherwise, nobody is gonna remember. Like I've known SS here for like 30 something.
It should be 29, 30 years now. Yeah.
30-ish years, and like I just found out his name isn't SS.
All right, like twin height.
Like what?
Perfect, right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know what his name is.
You got a twin, right?
Yes, I have an identical twin.
So just imagine they called you like frickin' frack. Your whole life, nobody know your real name. Or even you use this one, twin hype, and be like, yo, it's twin hype. Then, something happens. Say you win an award, nothing bad, nothing morbid. And you come with the real name. Who is that? You mean twin hype?
We had twin sisters.
To call you out. What's she doing up there going on?
We had twin sisters that we grew up with who were like amazing singers, the both of them. Fantastic singers. But like I'm very sure no one knows their real name. Everyone knows them by their nickname. Because like every time someone came to talk to us about them, they always knew them by their nicknames.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it just gets caught in your lexicon again. And then you just never remember saying their real, like what was the name again? When did we mention their real name? 30 years ago.
So twin hype, when we're gonna get the other half of the hype? We gotta get both of you right next to each other in the same video.
I don't know.
Hey, that reminds me. Is your sister a New Edition fan?
Oh man, yes.
Oh no, because I'd be like, so.
Imagine if she wasn't a New Edition fan and she liked who's a New Edition rival? I don't know who's the rivals of New Edition.
Back then, nobody rivaled.
Old Edition.
It wasn't even another. Unless you call it about New Kids on the Block. That's about. They both came out.
That's about it.
It says like the New Edition and the old copy. They used to hate each other.
Yes. She actually met all of the members when she went to their concert.
Oh, so she won up to you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Does that result in many, many fights?
No, but no, because she got me an autograph, Michael.
Oh, she bribed you. I see how it is. Okay.
With the proper name and everything. It wasn't like her name and then she scratched it out.
It was my name.
Okay.
No, listen, I have some bad news. That crusty stuff, that was wide out.
The picture.
No,
that's something I'm nostalgic for too. Whiteout, man. We got nothing to white out no more.
Yeah, that's true. Can't white out nothing.
Speak for yourself. I still have whiteout. I can show it to you.
What you just be whiting out?
What you be white? Oh, remember
how you
remember
mean?
Oracle was on that kick about.
Listen,
his
I have
handwriting.
I have a leather-bound notebook where I keep where I document everything that I do for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you use whiteout?
Sorry?
You use whiteout on that?
No, I mean sorry because you saw the accusatory there. I was apologizing, man. She's like, you use whiteout? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? Sorry. Okay.
Well, whiteout, man, when you had that new bottle, and you got that smell, that was great.
I will never use liquid paper again. Apparently, it is forbidden.
You can hear Jesus say he wants to go around to smell the whiteouts.
Yeah, man. No. You always knew the students that had the money, man. The one that pull out the white.
The ones that used to double fist.
Pull out the whiteout before they made the erasable ink pen. It was like, oh, you got whiteout? Nobody need your whiteout. I got an erasable pen.
And then that pen just going to tear through the paper, not going to erase nothing.
Eventually, when whiteout went out of style because of the erasable pen, People used to be like whiteout dealers standing on the corner like
Where
me.
is the erasable pen now? That thing just disappeared. Everybody just went back to
It's
regular.
It's
dead.
because that shit used to
It,
tear through paper and didn't erase nothing. It just
it was
erased through
pretty
the
much
paper.
useless. And plus, you have the next best thing, which is a pencil.
Pencils were good, man.
Dude, pencils are advanced as hell now. I have a pencil right
That's
now
true.
that like, dude, there's this Japanese pencil I have that like it rotates the point
The lead,
so
yeah.
that it stays sharp. So that you know how when you
What?
write and like it gets flat, the point gets
Mhm.
flat, and then like your lines get thicker. It rotates the point so that it always stays the same sharpness. It remains the same sharpness.
Ooh. See, I learned something again. See, I'm putting it in the lesson,
pencils
folks.
pencils are crazy now. Like, I mean, I don't know how they're bringing in such advancements in pencils because, like, besides crazy people like me, who else is using pencils?
A lot of
Artists.
people, graphic designers,
Come on. Most of
best.
them do it on the iPad now
No,
because, like,
no,
they
but
can do it better digitally than
some of the
anything
best
else.
graphic designers got to go back. They got to feel it in the soil. They got to take the paper, the canvas, and draw.
They get a
Me,
stylus and a and they
and
draw
man,
the
the real
crap
ones,
out of their tablet.
the real
None of
ones
them.
draw, man.
I listen. I work with a ton of artists, and all of them use iPads.
That's because they're advanced. I'm talking about the real artist, the one that want to go back and say I could draw on paper because we like right now we talking trash, right? So we could
Mm.
get the graphic artist and say, "Yo, guess what? Put down your iPads. Put down your iPads. You can't use Canva. You can't use Photoshop. I want you to use your hand and a pencil."
And they're
Now,
gonna tell you, they're gonna turn to you and be like,
you see
"You
this
mean the
Picasso
Apple
right here?
Pencil? Because I don't know what other kind of pencil there is. What are you talking
Exactly.
about?"
But you see this Picasso right here? I know I
Mm.
can't draw. I draw the same level when I was 5 that I draw right now.
I
Scribble,
mean, why? But
See?
so still
same
stick
level.
figures, got it. But like this, here's the thing I don't get, right? Like, why would you tell someone to do that? Like, that's like telling someone, hey, you know what? I know that you got, your phone, but like, I want you to specifically record this thing on a cassette player that it just doesn't make sense anymore.
Hey, 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 we're just trying to make them feel what we felt. That's it. We didn't have
They
all the
don't
tools.
care.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they don't care, but like it harkens back to another episode, the one with the I don't know.
Oh, I know something I'm
Uh,
nostalgic
just
about, by the way, going harking back to that episode. I'm nostalgic about floppy disks.
Ah,
You mean the save, the real life save button?
The
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 real
the
life
the, the
safe button.
physical
The
save
physical save
icon, yeah.
button.
You mean
There's
the
this video where they were showing kids like technologies from, when we were kids. I mean, for some of us when we were adults. I mean,
Mhm.
Jay is the only young person here. Not a lick of
yeah,
gray in
we're
his
pretty
beard.
young.
Like,
Pretty
yeah,
young.
Jay's a millennial. But anyway, um, they're showing them these different things, and like they showed a kid a floppy disk, and the kid was like, "Oh, that's the save icon,"
Yeah.
because he's never seen actual floppy disks. His only reference to that is the save icon in like Word or
Mhm.
ware.
Yeah, I
And
mean
so
like in everything.
he was just looking at it crazy, like, why did they print this thing out? It's a save icon.
Yeah.
It's like
And
or it's cool because he printed it out from
one
the
of the
3D
newest
print.
things that I saw was I literally saw it yesterday. This guy asked his kids if they know how to knock on their friend's door to get them to come outside. And
Mhm.
he literally went and he asked his daughter to knock, to like to imagine that she's knocking on the door for her to get a friend out. The daughter comes, knocks on the door, and just stays like right up to the door. He opens the door, like, why the hell are you so close? Back up, try it again. Then she knock, he opened the door, and she doesn't say anything. And he goes, you're supposed to ask for your friend to come outside. Close the door, try it again. And it
what?
goes on and all of this just to try to teach his daughter how to knock to get the friend to come out. And it just kept she did a bunch of things that he was like, I don't believe that they don't know how to just knock. Then the other big one that came out, like maybe that was a
Brace.
couple years ago, but when the parents tell they ask the kids, how would you mime that
Mhm.
you're on the phone? And then all the kids go like this. They don't go like this anymore. They just all go.
You,
Like,
you,
It's
you know,
crazy.
you
but
know,
because
do you
we
know how
was
hard it
thinking,
is to explain to people that work for me what a rotary phone is?
Mm.
These young people.
What?
They weren't around when, dude, they weren't even around when we had touchtone phones.
Mhm.
They didn't know phones had buttons. They didn't know there was such a thing as a landline,
well, the landlines
much
gonna make a
less
comeback.
a phone where you had to actually be like, like, dude, they had none of that.
You know what I'm nostalgic for though? Now that you
Mhm.
mentioned the phone, is the
Mhm.
muscle memory in my elbow. Yo, anytime you don't have your headset now, anytime you don't have your headset now, you know it's a short conversation. People
Yo,
even
that's true though. That's true.
people
My
don't
arm
have
is
wait.
weak as shit holding the phone. Like,
I don't
yo, I
have
gotta
my
go.
headset. I don't have my headset. My headset just died. I don't have it. I gotta hang up. And
You
then
remember? You
you know
remember?
Twin Hype. You know from the New Edition days. Hello, we're looking for someone in the contest, wrapping the cord around your neck, doing all kinds of stuff. Like, hey, this is what we did. The long telephone extension cord that would stretch from wherever to
Exactly.
wherever.
You
Man.
listen, you remember when you get on the phone with someone who you liked, right? And that you used to spend like hours on the phone with them.
Yes.
And then when you're done, like this arm is just like this big. Mm. And you're on the phone for that with that person for hours. You know how many times,
And you had
like
no
I'm on
neck
the
pain.
phone with someone, and eventually I'm like, my arm's tired. Hold on. You lay down on the pillow and you have the phone like this, like laying on the pillow, like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whispering
No,
into
no, it was
people's
cool.
ear,
Yeah, yeah. This.
breathing.
Do you remember those days? And then
Yes.
after going through all that trouble, like I'm sure my right arm is still bigger than my left from those days, right? And then they went and they invented the cordless phone, and there's no more getting tangled up in like having a phone cable, those like stretchable cords running from like the kitchen all the way
Yes.
around the house, up and down, over the furniture to the couch where you're
The,
sitting.
the
And
one
like
thing with the
anyone comes outside, they trip over your cord, like, what are you doing? And then and then they come out with cordless phones, and like no one gets to experience this torment. Like this was the important part of life.
yep.
Did y'all ever like with the cordless phone? Did you ever like pull it out and then do like a sword fight?
Of course.
Of course, everybody did that,
Okay.
man. And and then the phones were so heavy,
Yes.
nice too. So you had a good grip on it, man. And for anybody who know me, I like them sword movies. So it got to be one. So that thing would, man. And I had the firm antenna, not the loose ones they got today or the little knob one. I
The
had that.
rubber ones, yeah.
You know
That
how
hard metal one.
do you
Don't let that
remember
thing break.
the
Hmm.
days when the first cell phones were coming out, and you used to see people walking around with a briefcase that was a phone,
Hmm.
not the brick, like it was
Before the brick.
before the brick, where
Yeah.
like you had a briefcase and there's a cable come out the briefcase and you hold it to your ear, or like when they had do you remember the car phones?
Hmm.
People there in
I
their
saw
car and
something
they're
like
like
that on social media.
they'd be like on their car phone there, and like back in those days you used to be able to talk on the phone while driving. Do you remember those days? People in their car convertible got a phone in their hand, cable attached to the car, just yeah baby, what's up? Them was the
Remember
good old
the
days.
antennas that used to have on the back of the cars and it's supposed to be like a for their car phone? People
Hmm.
would
Oh,
steal them. They would steal them and put it on their car. They ain't had no car phone. They was just had an antenna on there.
Yo, you remember
do
that
you
boomerang they had on the limos?
Yeah.
They had this like boomerang thing. That time
Yeah.
it wasn't about no speed; it was about style. You know.
you
But I just remember how hard these phones were. Like the phones were made of good quality back then. You press that button,
could not break. a
The amount
phone
of things
from
that you
back in
mentioned
those
about how
days.
heavy and how hard and so if I did you get beat up by a phone, Jay?
Oh, first, no. The sword fighting one was easy, but you see what Twin Hype said was don't make them break because when they break, you just push it right back down and put it down.
No. But
Yeah, because you're
here's the
gonna get
thing,
cut,
though.
sliced up.
When it breaks, it's taking something with it.
Yeah, take a piece of your
Something is
skin and all
going
that.
down with it. Like your phone broke, you broke a tile, you broke a finger, like something else is broken with the phone because those things were tough.
And when they drop,
You
boom.
drop the phone, the concrete used to be like, mother.
And when you hear somebody slam the phone down when they hang up on you, those were the good days. Now you don't hear that. You're like, hello. Well, not like yo, the rage. Let me
Dude,
introduce you to
I
Click.
remember
It
I
used to
remember the
ring.
first time. I remember the first time I heard somebody slam down a phone. You heard,
Yeah, it used to
whoa,
ring.
yeah, because the bell it used to literally
Yeah,
have a
have a
bell
bell, yeah.
inside, and so when you slam it down, like the bell used to rock and it used
Mhm.
to ring. So usually like it was just crazy. You know
Yeah,
what
man.
was funny though? When they moved to cordless phones, right? But people were so used to hearing that sound that in movies, when they used to slam down the cordless phone, which didn't have a bell, they still used to play that sound in the movies,
Mhm.
which I used to thought was hilarious because
For
like the
real?
person would be on a cordless
Yeah.
phone and then they slam it down the air, but the phone didn't have a bell. Like what?
Movies used to do a lot of things to like, yo, they suspend your belief about everything else,
Yeah.
but like certain small details, yo, the phone didn't have a bell, just like in movies.
Mm.
Cars don't have headrests. You don't notice that? Like, there's
Yeah.
no headrest in the car.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
like, where's that good
remember?
headrest?
Do you remember when
Where's
the
that good
cars used to
headrest
have the
compartment?
bench?
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
it'll be
bench
a
in the
bench.
front. My car used to have a bench.
Mhm.
Cal, you remember when we drove when you came down to visit
Yeah.
in Florida and I was
Yep.
driving the boat? I used to have a bench in the front. Yeah, that was that. Just so you know, I used to drive what was essentially a police car,
Mhm.
and Cal always used to be sitting in the back because he's a
Damn
bully.
right.
You know how many times people used to get in the car with me and like no one's in the front seat, but you used to just hop in the back and be like, "Drive taxi," because the car was just this big, huge boat. It was a Chevy Caprice Classic.
Oh, dang.
That
Yeah,
was nice.
yep. You driving that thing like if there was a car that you could call a hoopty, it would be that car. You just used to be driving his back. Yeah.
Me and my sister used to share it was a mint green Delta 88. And like when you push the seat back, it's like you lift that thing up and you push the whole seat back. It was that big bitch. That mug was cold. You like turn it like this.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, 6 turns minimum just to turn left.
Yeah, you got one of these. Oh, you got. Oh,
Now
this
you got
car.
these cars, you're like,
Oh,
and you turn left.
wait, twin, man. We gotta get you in one of those. We gotta get you in one of those retrofit cars.
What?
Like, you see? No, we gotta get you in that mint Delta. You see how good that look? Yeah, we just get that right. Certain color. Maybe not the mint green. Maybe we put you in
Hey,
the
hey,
purple
hey,
or
hey,
silver.
hey. What you got against mint green, man?
I got nothing against mint
Maybe
green.
she likes mint green.
I like green.
There you go.
No, you
What?
appreciate it because you was in the mint green Delta. You appreciate it. Wait a minute. Now don't take offense, twin. Don't take offense. What
Uh,
else is mint green? Double mint.
Um,
And you were twins. You
mint.
see that?
Oh
You see
snap.
hey,
that? You
I
know,
like it. I
I'm
like it.
sure,
I like
I'm
it.
sure somebody, if that was me. But then again, I woke up today and I had this weird memory. We're about to shift topics real quick, but it's still going to be in cars. I was thinking, I never seen anybody from Fast and the Furious stop at a gas station. Right?
What you thought their cars use gas?
Well, no, I never seen it. They never pulled.
Their car run. Didn't you know? Their car ran on family.
That's what I was gonna say. It runs on.
I was gonna say it ran on Diesel, right? Because Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
And then because I was doing something for someone else, I was like, his name is Vin, like a VIN number on a car. I'm like, it just came to me the other day. What is this?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you real quick.
Uh-oh.
You know that that's not his real name, right?
No, of course, I know that's not his name.
No,
Okay,
he does not know.
You may continue.
It's not his real name.
I know Vin Diesel's not his real name.
No, you lie. Okay. Here's a good one for you.
I thought his real name was
not USS.
Uh-huh.
What's his real name?
I don't know what's his real name. His name is Vin Diesel.
His real name is Mark St. Clair.
What?
Mark Sinclair. You
Mark
know how I know
Sinclair-
this?
Mark Sinclair
Because
would
I
even have made Fast and
remember
Furious
when
1.
I first heard his name, I'm like, damn, his last name is the same as a very important family member of mine.
Mhm.
And I was like, holy crap.
And
His
he
name
also is a
Mark
twin.
Sinclair.
Vin Diesel
Vin
is a
Diesel.
twin.
He is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's listen, behave yourself now, girl. You can't go hook you and your sister up on stop it. Behave yourself. I'm watching you. Yo, I need you to keep an eye on her. She's dangerous.
In I think it was in
Hold on.
the
Hold on. Listen to me.
third or
Wait.
the fourth.
Hold on. I need to take my glasses off. Hold on.
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
Jay, I was gonna say it's either the third or the fourth when they were in the Dominican Republic was the only episode that they talked about gas when they're stealing gas from the gas truck.
They were stealing gas for what purpose? They never
To
put
just
no
have it.
gas in the car to resell.
You never know when you need gas. What are you talking about, man? You never know when you need gas.
Mhm.
Man, listen.
Yo, why is there so many sequels to that? Yo, but anyway, that could be another one. But I'm just saying, when I think about the name, I say, oh, that was such great marketing. Vin Diesel,
Mhm.
Fast and the Furious. You know, this
They
is the
didn't
best
notice I
one
changed my
But-
shades.
But so he started that stage name Vin Diesel was before Fast and the Furious though. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
It just
Did you know he was a breakdancer? He used to
Yes.
bust moves.
Yes, I know he was a breakdancer. Yes, I know he was a bouncer. I know all of this stuff about Vin Diesel.
Wasn't he in videos or something in the 90s?
And yes, to teach you how to dance.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's all you
tutorial
gotta know about
videos. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But
But I
that's why
thought that was his real name.
And he went from there to the Chronicles of Riddick.
I think
He
they're
made
making
far.
another one of that.
which is
Yeah, really?
which is one of the best movies that they never built out the universe for. Every time I see
There's a new one coming.
a new one, see, he's the master of the every 10 years. Every 10 years.
Didn't he recently
Every-
made a movie that went straight to video? Or video to Netflix?
This literally this week.
Mhm.
What the hell is the name of that movie?
Something about witches or something like
Yeah,
that.
it came to Netflix this week. Literally,
The Witch
Witch
Hunter?
Hunt. Yeah, something like that. I'm like,
Wait, but
forget-
it was
Witch
it him
Hunter?
or was it a new Witch Hunter, like a reboot?
oh no, it's a movie that came out like early 2000s. They
Oh,
just released
really?
it on
It's that
Netflix this
old?
week.
And or
Yeah,
and
all
also,
All
it's
these
like-
movies old.
Okay.
The only thing
so,
that he's been really making recently is the Fast and Furious franchise. All the
yeah,
other
and then
movies.
and then he
Oh,
made
old-
that movie. He made that movie from the genre that SS likes. He made Bloodshot, which was the worst movie. First of all, you call something Bloodshot, put a Caribbean person in there, please.
Bloodshot
Wait.
is the name of the superhero.
No,
It's a
but he sucked.
He's got
No,
a mascot.
he sucked, man. You get a
wait,
mask.
hold on. You just saw I had
That's
mascot?
only knowledge in him. That's
Yeah, because she tilted a little bit.
I was just sneezing, man. I had this mask on for a while. You didn't?
You did-
How do you? What?
You had the black glasses on.
Khalil, how long have I had the mask on?
at least 3 minutes.
No,
See?
you had the glasses
Oh,
on.
yeah. So she's not on a monitor like we are. She's on a phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. That makes sense. I was just
Yeah,
gonna say it took. I was gonna say it took her so long. She was
No.
She was loaded.
Yeah,
and
but
then
the
when
blood
finally finished, she was like,
Huh?
That's exactly how it was.
What's funny, right, is that on my screen, it's reversed when I see it. When I turn it on, it's reversed. But like when I see it on Jay's screen right now, I see that it's the right way. But that's cool. Jay also isn't moving. It almost feels like he's paused.
Oh, I'm not paused. I was just thinking.
You're just stuck. You're just stuck in real life.
I was just thinking, like, yo, what's up?
He was really loading. It's like downloading.
No, but that's also what I miss in the 80s, man. Before we had time to think, we were reloading, depending on which teacher we were talking to or person we were talking to. It'd speed up our processing system. Now we're like, yo, just go somewhere.
I remember when we were growing up, like when you wanted to get something off the internet, you would start downloading and then you'd go read a book.
Dang.
Think, think.
I still like the pixelation.
And the bar is like this long. And now you download like a whole hard drive full of games. You're like, click, done. Like no one ain't got time to read no more.
Unless it's the main game that you want to play, then that's gonna take 3 hours to upload.
Yeah. That's also funny when it's like you that pisses me off. You get a new game, right? You buy it, and then you go like, okay, now I got to download it. You click download, and it starts downloading, and then when a portion of it downloads, it goes, the game is ready to play, but it's a lie. Don't believe it. You start up the game and the game shows the opening screen. And then when you click it, it goes, still loading. Don't believe it. It's a lie. It's garbage. I don't trust these people.
Speaking of aha moment.
See, the glasses are still off.
See, no. Here's where the glass. Here's where the glass.
Oh, wait.
Here's where the glasses comes off. But see, you can't spoil it. But the glasses is coming off. Here's a aha moment. Now, this aha moment happened by accident. Apparently, video game companies now, one in particular, I'm not going to mention.
Microsoft?
Maybe they'll fix it. No. You don't do Microsoft slander around.
No, I say Microsoft because like they've been buying up almost every game company. So
well,
like it's chances are.
Technically, you could say this. But have you ever bought a collector's edition of the game?
I knew this was coming.
And
we have 2 minutes.
100?
Explain that again. Say that again, Jake. I don't think they heard what you just said.
You have 2 minutes. Have you ever bought a collector edition of a game and not get the game in the collector's edition?
No.
Anybody think?
That would
you
be
can think
weird.
back to the 80s. Have you ever bought anything that you didn't get the game? You bought a game. It said collector's edition. And you didn't get the game? Apparently, there's a company that's pulling this off where the customer paid $150 and didn't get the game. They got some kind of statue, they got some kind of artwork, they got some whatever they got. They didn't get the game to play. Can you imagine the disappointment I would feel?
I'd be mad, pissed.
Can you imagine asking a parent to buy that game and say, the parent's like, I spent $150. I don't see you playing the game. Well,
well, here's the thing.
Mommy and Daddy, there's no game.
I'm not gonna lie. People are kind of putting themselves in that situation though, right? Because people do things like, you know how a new game is about to come out, the new Call of Duty or whatever, it's about to come out. And they're like, pre-order now and get this skin. And then people didn't play the game, but they're like, I want that skin, pre-order. And you're paying literally hundreds of dollars more than the game actually costs for a special edition of the game that's pre-ordered, and you just gave them your money. That money could have been sitting in an account making money. Instead, it's now given to them, and you still ain't got no game.
No,
the game
that's
ain't even
different,
released.
but that's
and what do you get in exchange? A digital skin. And you can't even do anything with it. That's like just taking money and just throwing it out the window. No. For something that you don't get to play. And the game sometimes launch like 3 months down the road.
Impulse buying got to always be there so the economy keeps going. I'm saying you're not getting something that is perceived that you're getting. You're going to get something when you pre-order.
That's what you're doing when you pre-order a game.
No. When you pre-order the game, you're deciding whether the game is good or bad if you're pre-ordering it too early. That's different.
I disagree. Different. So let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
You gonna make
Do
the
you
glasses
remember
come
that
off? I might
game?
not
Do you
have
remember
glasses
that
next
game?
week.
Okay, yeah, I know the glasses are gonna come off of this. You remember that game we got with the flying robots?
Yeah.
Like where you used to wear
Um,
a suit. I forgot the
what
name
the
of it.
hell was the name of that game? It was supposed to be the Division
Titanfall, no,
killer.
Titanfall,
No, it's not Titanfall. Oh my
But
God.
the point I'm trying
Anthem.
to make, it does not. Yeah,
Anthem.
that's the one.
Yes.
The point I'm trying to make is they're like, hey, this is when you buy this game,
The
you're
Destiny Killer.
expecting, yeah, the Destiny Killer. You're expecting
Mhm.
this much time to play the game and you paid for it. You paid good money for it. It launched. It had one stage that you could play, one stage that you can play, and that's it. No further things came out for it, but you paid for a game that you thought was going to be there long term.
Okay,
See,
okay.
you have money, you paid money in advance for something you thought you were going to get. And then they just decide, you know what? I don't feel like I'm making enough money off of this. So, like, guess what? You ain't getting crap now.
Okay, well, no,
No,
but
no, no, no,
see,
no, 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 no.
again,
That
that
is
doesn't
rubbish.
fizzle. Again, that doesn't match because expectations, and what you got is two different things. Now we know the designers don't care about us anymore because they don't come out with a complete game.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, see, we talking retrospect. You see, Mario Twin,
Mm-hmm.
Mario Brothers was a complete game. We knew what we were doing, but guess what he was with those designers. They made the game so hard you didn't know you were going to get to the end. Sometimes we gave up. You know how many games I didn't even beat? Now you beat the game and you say, what's next? Well, there's a DLC coming. When is that coming? 3 months, right? Anthem, what our flow with Anthem was, we played it so quick and beat it out.
We did beat it very quickly.
And we beat it
Whose
very quick.
fault is that?
Anthem.
Your fault. Because we were like, Oracle needs to come on, SS is going to be on, J going to be on. Let's beat it. We don't know how much time we coming back to this game. And we beat the game quick.
Well, let me tell you what it comes down to.
Destiny 2 not gonna beat. They got one eyeball.
Unless a full game is being launched, don't buy it.
But that's the problem. In today's gaming, there is no full game being launched. A full game.
Don't buy it.
But then you don't buy it. Then you don't buy it. Look at.
I mean, full games get launched all the time. I mean,
what game would you say is a full?
Let me tell you a game that's a full game, and even though they come out with content to keep driving interest in it, it's still a full game. Like the game hasn't really changed much. All you're doing is getting skins and stuff for it. That shooter game, what do you call it? The one that everyone, not PUBG, the other one.
Fortnite?
Yeah. It was a complete game. Yeah, you can get additional things for it, but like that's a whole game. The same thing with the one from Blizzard. It was a full game. Like those games are full games. Yes, they might get patches, but like the game itself is not changing. They're just adding new content, trying to keep your interest, and that's good. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay is with them launching a game and then they're like, hey, yeah, you're gonna get this update and this thing and this thing. All this is coming, don't worry, it's all covered already. And then you pay money for it, and then they're like, nah, I didn't make enough money.
So let me rephrase
any of the things we promised.
A full game should have a task. Fortnite has no task in the game, so
yes,
they can just add
shoot the other person in the face. That's a very simple task.
To just jump in real quick, that's actually not Fortnite. Fortnite is a builder game. A tower defense game. PUBG came out and made the what's the game type called? Battle Royale type. And Fortnite, and they made it on Fortnite's engine. Fortnite was like, we could do this. And then Fortnite added the Battle Royale on to the tower defense game.
Which still does not matter to me because you knew what you were getting when you bought it. You knew when you bought it, you know what you're getting, and they gave you extra.
Let me put it this way. Let me ask the real fan in the room. Twin, you're a New Edition fan. You paid for New Edition.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Which New Edition are you coming to see? Are you coming to see the one with Bobby? Or are you coming to one to see where you don't know who's singing?
Wait, hold on. There's a New Edition without Bobby?
There's always a New Edition without Bobby, man. Don't forget Gil, man. Don't let me go. Don't let me go back in the back.
No, sorry. You're right. Don't take the glasses off. You're right.
No, I ain't taking. No, I ain't taking the glasses off.
I guess, in my opinion, unless you have Bobby in it, I mean, he said in the song. He said, well, he said Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and
Ronnie,
Mike.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
If
If
I
I
like a
love a
girl, who
girl,
cares who
who
you
cares who
like?
you like? Like, I mean, Bobby has to be
You
there.
see, no wait, but I'm asking her a question.
Mm-hmm.
You paying for New Edition? I got you front row seats in New Edition, and then it comes out you ain't seeing New Edition. You seeing Heads of State, which for people who don't know, that is a New Edition splinter group. What they said on the ticket is New Edition. And I love you, Bobby Brown. But you know, when they were memeing you about you look like Cedric the Entertainer, I was on the floor laughing nowadays. But I still like it. Your barbecue sauce is good. Stand in love. But what would you do? What would you do as a New Edition fan? Says New Edition.
Be mad.
Listen,
Ready to fight.
she is understating it. You forget New Edition is they would have a pair of twins burning that building down.
Yes, to the ground.
To the ground.
She would burn it to the ground and then dig a hole and bury the ashes.
Yes.
And then imagine a promoter coming out. We didn't lie about New Edition. It is a new edition of New Edition. You know what would happen? Look at the face. Look at the face. Look at the face. She would be beating people. Exactly. That's what video game people need to do. We don't need to beat nobody down. Just turn off the beat, don't play. Because they, you know.
Listen, you gotta stop, because now every time she buys tickets to a New Edition concert, she's gonna bring a baseball bat. Don't do that.
I mean, you got
starting
Velvet
problems.
DeVoe. You got Velvet DeVoe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You got Heads of State. See, and she even knew who that was. When I said it, she knew who they was. It's like, go. You got them. I don't even know how many splinter, and we can't even talk about the bad boy edition of New Edition. You know, so.
I have a question. I've always wondered, when you, I'm going to pick some arbitrary artists here, and I want you to tell me who you guys think was hotter, okay?
If they're arbitrary, how would we know?
When I say hotter, I mean the music, not the look. Just saying, because because listen. If I name an artist and it's somebody that's good looking, I don't want you to be like, yeah, they're hotter. No, the music. Okay, here we go. Arbitrary artists. Here are the two artists for the first one. Ready? Miss Magoo.
Magoo, you mean
Mace or Magoo?
Yeah.
It got to be Mace.
It's
Go
Mace
ahead.
easily.
Yeah.
Arbitrary Magoo.
Because Magoo didn't really come out. He was like with what's the name?
Timbaland.
He was like,
To be clear, Timbaland was with everybody. This man made music for people you would not believe.
No. But Magoo was more like the lower level Nate Dogg to Timbaland. He would just say a couple.
Yeah. But okay. But like Mace came out with it with his own, and Mace was hot. Yeah, Mace was the bomb, right? But like Mace was always kind of under, Mr. Baby Oil's, like they were always, anytime their songs came out, it was always, he was the backup to.
It's the other way around.
In your home moment, it was.
It's the other way around.
Yeah,
Mace was the rapper, and then Mr. Baby Oils
and this guy was
the dancer.
This guy was dancing all over the place. Kind of like
another. No, Mace was fire. Mace was fire. But I will tell you something, right? Magoo sang on some of my favorite songs. You remember how I always used to be like, hey, play that Magoo song. I used to be like, you mean Timbaland song? Magoo. Because like Magoo was just like, I just love the way the man sounded. He wasn't really popular. He had a flow that just used to just make me. Yeah.
He had a nasally flow that just made you want.
Yeah.
But if you didn't hear it with the beat, it wouldn't have sounded good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair too. That's fair. But like, would Mace have really been? Because some of the beats from what Mace was singing was also fire. Like people used to dance to the songs that Mace released. But like, if you took the music out of the songs from Mace, it'd be like, okay, cool.
What's that word you said in an earlier thing? Montgomery? What? Montegreen?
Montegreen.
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 That's what I feel about everything y'all saying. Anytime I heard the song, I was just bobbing my head because everybody was bobbing their head, or there was a girl that was dancing to it. And I didn't know what any of them said. It's just recently when everybody's doing this reverse engineering of the lyric, you know, only one I ever cared about it. Excuse me while I clear my throat. That's all I cared about.
Let me clear my throat.
And when he did it, that's all I remembered.
Have mercy, me.
Exactly.
This is the only man that made a song about coughing and made billions doing it. Okay, the man literally make a song about the fact that he swallowed something and it went down the wrong pipe, and he became filthy rich for it. Just saying.
And the other day I seen him rapping. He was rapping better than whatever the rap was coming out today, and I understood every word he said.
Are you able to see it?
Now, yes.
Oh,
yeah, that's Mondegreen.
I can't read that. That's too small.
You see, Oracle.
How about now?
My glasses.
Oracle.
How about now?
Oracle.
Okay, yes.
I like when you give me the definition because it just sounds better coming from the eloquency of your voice. Because I was like, what the hell is this word right here? This word looked like one of them spelling bee words that the kids don't know how to spell. like H. And I'll be sitting there and I'll be giving them, see, that's another sport that we should give credence to. The spelling bee. You see the pressure? You see the blood behind these kids' eyes? Just what? I'll give you a word that baffled me from years ago. The person said H. It was like, and the person was like, "Can you tell me from what derivative of the orange?" I'm like, they talking about H, the letter H, the in this moment. The H. When that word came up, it was AITCH. I was looking at this thing. I was like, you see, they knew who to bring on that show. Little kid, because if that was an adult, that judge would get it.
You see, it would be another case where twins would be coming up with baseball bats.
Yeah, and we're not advocating violence. I'm talking about the real old school violence. You just look at somebody's face like that. That's it. That's all it said. Nothing physical.
Yeah,
like,
but
what did you?
English though is like the worst language to learn if you need to learn to spell stuff. If you have to write,
well,
like,
it's a mix. It's a melting pot of
different languages. It is a melting pot of different languages. But the thing about it is, most languages had the common sense to form a melting pot with something that won't make it more annoying to.
Oh well, no, you cannot say that. You cannot say that.
Yeah, because all of the language, let's say all of the dialects in the Caribbean that derive from Spanish, you don't have a problem spelling anything in those languages because for some reason it still maintained the shallow orthographical depth that comes from, like, from those languages. English, they were like, you know what? We need to add in some Latin in here. We need to throw in a little bit of French. And these languages are so far apart that, like, there's not enough letters to make the amount of sounds that English has. So you don't have enough graphemes to match the phonemes. So all you end up with in that case is just like a hot mess. You'll have like someone will say okay, so hold on. Someone will spell LIVE. And what are they spelling? You have no idea, because if it's not in the sentence, you don't know what it is. It can be live or it can be live. Yeah. You don't know because we have one letter mapped to 4 different sounds. It's so bad that we also take multiple letters and map them to a sound.
How did we get here?
Hold on, the glasses are coming off.
Wait, hold on, the glasses?
Listen. Think about it, right? TH. What sound does that make?
No.
It makes a th sound or it makes a th sound. You don't say third, you say third. Okay. Right?
All right.
But you also say you don't say th. Even when they map 2 letters together, they still can't come up with enough symbols to match the sounds in the English language.
So wait. I got to bring something up about being nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Hooked on Phonics was invented. They used to have these little tapes. I was in there.
It worked for me.
It worked for me, yeah. Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
Yeah, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. And you know what? When you got older, people just talk the way they talk. And then you can't really tell them they're saying something wrong. That's the beauty of the language. Harking back to the episode with Spliff. I can't get the word right. Spliff, I don't know. But you guys say it because what it was, introduced into my lexicon, it's a Dutch Caribbean word. It's a Dutch Caribbean word. I'm like, okay.
My friend, that doesn't make it any less spraff.
Say the word right. Say the word right.
It doesn't make it any less spraff.
When y'all crispy and you clean, because Twin Hype didn't know this. When you're crispy and you clean,
would
use. They would use this word called, and I'm going to say it in my English language, spreff.
Breath.
No, but you have to roll the R. Spraff.
You see that? And when he says it, that means he's crispy and he's clean.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, it's not sorry, Miss Jack.
You go like, oh yeah, you so fresh and you so clean.
Yes.
No, you spraff.
Spreff.
Hey, Kal-El, you spraff?
I always spraff.
You see that? I always spreff. And that's why the English language is a melting pot.
So why did you
think about like the word Riz? Where the hell did that come from? I know it came from, you made it popular, so I'm gonna call it yours because that's where I learned it. This person, the young person telling me, oh, that person is Riz. My goddaughter said, oh, I met a boy that's Riz. I said, what the hell is that?
What does Riz mean?
Riz is like romantic, charismatic. It's the new handsome.
Charisma. Yeah. So is it like short for charisma?
It's
it's a short, but the Riz has nothing in.
Do you remember when words used to mean stuff?
Yeah.
That stopped happening when the year 2000 hit. Words don't mean nothing anymore. But actually, I can't really say that because I'm enough times my parents used to be like, "What does that word even mean?" When we started using it, like when we were like, "Hey, that person's bad," and my parents were like, "Then why you hanging out with them?" It's like, no, not bad, like bad,
like bad, like cool, like bad, like Michael Jackson bad.
Yeah. Listen, here's the thing that's funny. My parents used to listen to Michael Jackson, right? And then Michael Jackson released Bad. And it was like, oh, this all makes sense now. That's what they mean by bad.
The fact that Run DMC had to actually explain it, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. You have to explain it to the old people.
That's crazy.
You got to explain it. It can't be like the guy from The Office that makes up words and abbreviations and doesn't explain it to anybody. Like, what does it mean? You know what I mean?
What's wrong? What's wrong, twin?
Now you got the pirate. These little artifacts.
see, Dr. Hype is on board because we are pirates from the Caribbean. See, look behind me. Look behind me.
I see
that sand right. You see the sand right there? If you go right there, oh wait, hold on. If you go right there, right there. What is it even showing? It's like my blanket. Like right over there is where I buried my treasure.
right by the tree. Right by the tree that's slanted. Oh, it's not the wind that made it slanted. It's the treasure.
It's because I dug up right there too low, and the tree fell over on my treasure chest.
I thought you were going to go to pirate language and how we use that today.
Arr, matey.
Arr.
Arr.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, now that person really looks retro.
Wait, what?
First 3D glasses.
Why you guys look at me like? Why you guys look at me like I'm crazy?
It's Oculus.
I don't get it.
What is it? Binoculars?
Oculus.
What Oculus? Oh yeah, it looks like Oculus. Oh, that one looks like
I snowboard, dude.
There's a new record there now.
I'm
You
a
look like
snowboarder.
Coco Beware, Macho Man, and what's the new guy? Yeet. Forwards, one banana. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what did you have against me using the word phoneme and grapheme?
I had no use. I had no use of you using phony. I just was saying all these words were
Mhm.
so nice. I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up, because you might be teaching me something.
Oh, what am I teaching you? I don't know. Wait. What do I need to teach?
No, because yo, I don't know none of these grammatical stuff. I mean, like when you started going the phonies and the onies and the blah blah blah, I'm like, listen, man. I remember the hooked on phonics. I don't remember any of those vowel sounds in you, and they like I will tell you one educated thing that really gets me mad to this day
Mhm.
because I'll remember the word. Well, you might not remember the word. Twin, you'll remember the word ain't.
Hmm?
You can't use ain't. You remember the word ain't?
How do you mean?
Ain't,
Yeah.
Everyone uses the word ain't.
ain't,
No,
yeah.
no, but in English class, I would get marked off the hell up.
Ain't that normal?
Not wait. I'm getting to my point. I'm getting to my point. Now, when you use a word and you use
Mhm.
it so much, they just put it in the dictionary to give it legitimacy.
Oh, no. That doesn't bother me because I get it. Languages change. But have you ever noticed that in the dictionary, they have meaning one, meaning two, meaning three,
What?
meaning four? Yeah, they have different meanings for words. But let me tell you when it gets really bad. Yeah, come on. You've read through, you've gone through the dictionary and see like this
No.
is what meaning number one. Look up any word on the dictionary and you will see. Go online, look up any word. You'll see several meanings for the word because the word changed over time.
Okay.
So, like, what really pisses me off is when the word becomes an auto antonym.
Oh, what? Oh,
That
pause,
pisses me off.
Oh,
pause.
what?
Glasses off. Glasses off.
No.
Let me tell you what you got to do. We're
I
going to
don't
lower
have
the
the glasses
temperature
on.
down. We're
Let me
going to
tell you.
lower the
He
temperature
said.
down.
Let me
Because
tell you
my
what we're
brain.
not gonna do.
No, we got to lower the temperature down. Because what is an anti? You mean an antimantium?
No.
That's what you were talking about?
Yeah,
No,
it's
we
the
weren't
skin.
talking about Wolverine
It's the
sauce.
metal in Wolverine skin.
We weren't
No.
talking about Wolverine.
It's
So
a okay.
let's
Okay.
slow it
Okay.
down.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. Auto means self.
Okay.
Antonym means opposite.
Opposite. Okay, I
A
got you.
word that is
I
the
got you
opposite.
now. You said it too quick. You
Yeah.
said it like Flash. So I didn't know what you were
So
talking about.
it's a
Right.
word that is the opposite of itself. So let me give you an example. The best example is inflammable. Inflammable means that it can be set afire, and it also means that it can't be set afire. The word inflammable means both. So the only way you can tell what it is literally based on the sign it's printed on. If the sign is printed on is a warning sign, it means that if you light something around it, it will burn. So inflammable mean is an auto antonym. And words like that happen a lot in the English language. One of the examples that's happening right now that happened in our lifetime is the word literally.
Mm.
Because everyone says, "Oh, I literally died. I literally this. I literally that." And that's not what literally means. If you literally died, you're not telling me this story.
Mhm.
So, like,
You see, this mask, the hat
yeah, yeah.
represents the processing speed. When you were saying the word, I was like, "Whoa, we gotta slow it down." Because I didn't hear it, man. It was like a flash movement.
Yeah, yeah. And
But I like
so now if you go in the dictionary and you look up literally, you will also see that literally means
not literal,
figuratively.
figurative. Literally can be said in a figuratively.
So literally means physical, figuratively. That is insanity.
Mhm.
And that happens a lot in the, okay, go look up auto antonym and you will see the amount of words in English that means the same thing means something and its opposite. Because English has a ton of those. It is crazy. I see Jay like just there like
Oh, he's looking up. I was saying I have to run at 12:30. That's why I said 2 minutes, 25
Mhm.
minutes ago, because I have to go do some other things real quick for groceries and stuff like that.
Okay, no
Um,
problem.
I gotta
um,
get ready for my massage.
exactly. Her massage
Wait,
the client.
wait.
Oh
Can I
yeah,
have
because
one?
you're on
I want a
Central Time.
massage. Wait. Are you the masseuse or the person being massaged?
I'm the massage therapist.
Okay. Uh where can I set up an appointment? Cause dude, let me tell you something. There are no massage therapists in the state of Washington that have
What?
availability.
Why not?
Zero massage therapists in the state of Washington have availability. They're all booked straight.
That sound that that
I am
sounds
now
that
my
sounds
my
like a
my
business
next
idea.
available massage is 3 months from now.
Are you serious?
So
There
like
are
the
a
hands on.
shortage of massage therapists in Seattle.
I need to go to Seattle.
I mean, I don't know if it's that bad that you need to move to Seattle because like Seattle brings some changes to your lifestyle. But like yeah, there are none in the state of Washington.
Really?
The first one I could get is 3 months out.
Daggone.
That sounds like the doctor. But
Yeah, no. The same thing is happening with doctors too, with primary care providers. Like just north of me in Vancouver, primary care provider. Sorry, this is the last thing I'll let you guys go.
actually, this is not going to
The
make the
people
recording.
move to
Wait, hold on.
Vancouver.
This is
I
not
know,
making
I
the
know, I know,
recording.
I know, I
Okay.
know. I'm just saying it to because why are we still recording? You have to cut this now.
Yeah.
But
Go
just
ahead.
stop recording. We're done.